everybody, I'm back for another video, and this time, today's video is on the Neca Ultimate Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, Ultimate Freddy Krueger. Now, here he is. Now, let's get him off to the side. As a side note, before I take a look at the box, I don't know where the flame effect went, so, yeah, it's kind of sad. But imagine it being, of course, here. But anyways, here's the box. Here's the front. Really nice poster. Top, the bottom, the side, the other side, and the back. With the read-up of A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge. If you can focus, if you can, good for you. And then, once you move inside, there he is. There's where he would be. And there's a promotional image of Freddy Krueger himself. Now, let's move on to the figure. Which, the painting and sculpting is really good. So basically, yes, again, painting and sculpting on this figure is really good. The fedora, really nice. It's a bit dirty, but it looks really decent. You can see the meaty skin, and I think I like this a lot more than the Part 1 Freddy, because whenever I looked at the Part 1 Freddy, his skin looked really dull, and it didn't look nice. Also, you can see his ears are stretching out. Due to this other ear, it looks like it's stretching out, but you can see the meaty skin and the burn marks of his skin with the dirty teeth. Along with his overalls, Freddy Krueger has the striped overalls, which I think look a lot better than his main form. His main outfit, but he has these stripes on his arms and on his shirt, which look really good, and has some noticeable wrinkles, which look really nice. Problem is, it kind of makes it a bit problematic for him to stand, because I don't know what way he's standing is. He's just leaning like this, I think. And then, of course, he has the nice wrinkles and the nice meaty, hand with a bit of bent there. And again, it's torn from the bottom, from the sleeves to the back. And there's a big magnet here, which I don't know, which of course carries a flame effect. Now, I don't have the flame effect. I don't know where it went, so yeah, there's a thing. The pants are a blackish color with wrinkles, and which are pretty good. Very nice wrinkles, and not that many tears, to be honest. It's a pretty standard pants, and then once we move on to the boots, it's the same thing. It's just the same thing. Some nice painted on laces, kind of, and then the shoes are a bit of a dark brown with some black. And then once we move on to his glove, he has the meaty hand, which kind of goes out of contrast with his skin, and the nice, copper color. It looks really good. I think much better than the regular glove. It's just they're a bit bent. And then once we look at this hand, which, oh boy, what's disgusting about it is the finger knives are bent. But as you see, it's a meaty hand, and it looks really cool. Now, once we move on to the screaming head, he's just screaming, and you see the brain. I've got the body, you've got the brains. No, actually, you got the body, I've got the brains. I always keep on messing it up. But anyways, you see him screaming, and I always use this as a laughing or screaming head. And then we have the somewhat melted head due to this expression and the skin on the ears. But it looks like he's about to melt, and yeah, it looks pretty normal, to be honest. And then we move on to the Freddy dogs, which are disturbing. They look like, look at this one. It's like a baby face. You see the ugly face. It looks relatively detailed. And you see the collar moves on to the legs. And then once you move on to here, it looks like, again, red mouth. Decent, pretty good paint job for what it is. Nice collar, and pretty decent for what it is. Now, the flame effect, again, I don't have, so I'll stop repeating myself. Now move on to articulation. Head is on a ball joint. You can look up and down. Some tilt side to side and lean side to side. I don't know if there's a neck movement. I feel like there is if you just move the shirt. His arm can go 360, flap in and out flapping motion, and you can also remove the arms, but not breaking them. So you want to do a Freddy vs. Jason dream sequence battle, and you can want to remove the arms off? Go ahead. Swivel on the arms so far. Bend, ball joint at the wrist. Waist swivel, but that kind of concerns me. It's kind of like the dream sequence Jason. Leg can kick up, back, split, thigh swivel, bend, and a tight ball joint on this feet, but pretty good movement. Posability is really good for what it is. It has some flaws, but it's not bad. He's probably the most posable he's ever been. Now again, I already talked about accessories. Now I want to talk about size. Now the size is actually pretty good for what it is. The thing is like 7 and 6 inches ish. So don't have a ruler or a figure to compare it with. So buy now, skip, or wait for a deal, kind of. So overall, this figure is pretty good. Major flaw, some flaws I have, well, not major, but some flaws I have is one of the Dream Dogs has a bent knee, well, bent up leg, so he kind of barely stands unless you bend it up. Freddy Krueger has loose hips, but he stands just fine. He has a bit of has a very tight foot, and his stance can be a bit finicky. But otherwise, he is probably the best Freddy Krueger out there. And if you want, and I feel like you have to get this one or the Dream Warriors than getting the original. Because the original, I saw that figure and I thought it just looked not the greatest. Like, it just looked kind of bland and it could have so much potential. Compared to this or the Dream Warriors where it had a lot of stuff and it was a lot more, it was painted well and was a lot better in every way. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Photo gallery will be here, and Discord server will happen, so will be in the link in the description below, and I'll see you guys next time with my review on the Neca Fugitive Predator re-review, of course. Anyway, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.